Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The debt ceiling bill is closer to final approval. What needs to happen before the deadline? A former Army sergeant accused of killing 3 people at a Rockford bowling alley appears in court. A judge was expected to rule on whether the 39-year-old is fit to face trial. And demolitions underway on Rockford's downtown arena. The BMO's main entrance is getting a major facelift. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us. Eric Wilson has the night off. The U.S. officially avoids its first ever default on its loans. The Senate gave final approval to the debt limit deal on a bipartisan vote, and the White House says President Biden will sign it into law as soon as tomorrow. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenur has more.
Congress came together.
Just days before the country would have run out of money to pay its bills, the White House is celebrating Congress's passage of the debt limit compromise.
That will protect not just the economy, but also the American people.
Biden administration officials estimate the bill will reduce government spending by at least $1 trillion over 10 years. Democrats, like leader Chuck Schumer and West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, voted for it.
Of course, nobody got everything they wanted.
Despite opposition from their colleagues about how the bill will ease the approval process for controversial pipelines and energy projects.
You take the whole plan, and it does a huge amount of good for the environment. I stick by my word.
We have a product that's going to do an awful lot of good for America.
Republicans, like South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, voted against the bill because it limits defense spending.
It was wrong to give a defense number inconsistent with the threats we face.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance also opposed it, arguing it will actually increase federal spending.
When you read the fine print, you realize that this is a bad deal for the American people.
That was Jesse Tenur reporting. We now know the name of the man found dead in a car yesterday morning. He's 35-year-old Gerald Osborne of Rockford. Thursday morning, a street sweeper was cleaning along the curb on West Riverside and North Central when a stopped vehicle was blocking the lane. Osborne was found unresponsive in the car. When police arrived, he was declared dead. An autopsy was done today. It's pending a toxicology report. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident. Rockford police arrest 2 men on various gun and drug charges. Thursday afternoon, officers saw a vehicle that fled from them a few days earlier on Conklin Drive near Halstead. As police approached the vehicle, the front seat passenger got out and ran. He was caught a short time later. Police say 41-year-old Frederick Seaton had crack cocaine on him. The driver, 36-year-old Tavares Williams, was detained at the vehicle. During the investigation, officers say they found a loaded handgun, crack cocaine, ecstasy, a loaded extended magazine, and drug paraphernalia. Seaton is charged with unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon, possession of a controlled substance, along with other charges. Williams is charged with possession of a controlled substance, unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, and other charges as well. Both men were taken to the Winnebago County Jail. A Rockford man's arrested accused of pointing a gun at 2 kids. 23-year-old Cole Riggle is charged with aggravated robbery. According to police, Riggle rode up on his bike at the McDonald's on 11th Street and demanded the skateboards of a 10 and 13-year-old girl. He then allegedly pointed a gun at their heads. Riggle was found a short time later at a nearby bar and was arrested. Riggle was taken to the Winnebago County Jail and is being held on bond. A man accused of shooting and killing 3 people in Rockford appears in court. A judge was supposed to decide whether Duke Webb is fit to face trial, but that didn't happen. A defense report was reportedly outdated. Webb also tried to file several motions in court without his lawyers. The 39-year-old's charged with first-degree murder. He has yet to enter a plea. In December 2020, the former Army sergeant allegedly opened fire inside Don Carter lanes. Dennis Steinhoff, Jerome Woodfork, and Thomas Furseth all died. 3 other people were hurt. Webb's attorney claims he may have been suffering from PTSD. Webb deployed to Afghanistan 4 times. His most recent deployment ended just months before the attack. Webb will be back in court June 16th. His fitness hearing was rescheduled for September. A Chicago man is sentenced for robbing a Cherryvale mall store in 2016. 38-year-old Yashim Odom will spend the next 4 years in prison in connection to a series of store robberies in Illinois and Indiana. Between 2016 and 17, Odom and his co-defendants carried out 2 violent robberies using firearms and pepper spray to terrorize store employees and security guards. In December of 2016, Odom and 8 others pepper sprayed employees at the Simply Mac store at the Cherryvale Mall, stealing 2 computers. The store shut down for good about a month later. Last month, 25-year-old Christopher Taylor, an accomplice of Odom's, was sentenced to 10 years in prison. A Rockford man's arrested accused of possessing child pornography. 45-year-old Michael Medina is charged with 5 counts of possession of child pornography and 2 counts of dissemination of child pornography. Thursday, Illinois State Police executed a search warrant on his house. There, they say they found an electronic device which revealed evidence of child porn. Medina was later arrested. He's being held in the Winnebago County Jail awaiting a bond hearing. Rockford's downtown arena is getting a facelift. Phase 3 of renovations on the BMO Center is underway. Mayor Tom McNamara and Hammy from the Rockford Ice Hogs helped kick off demolition by taking turns with a golden sledgehammer. While renovations have been completed in other parts of the building, the box office and main entrance haven't been touched in years.
Yeah, today's huge. I mean, this is phase 3 of our renovations, and you know, we're really transforming the arena. It's going to be a lot more modern. Guests are going to want to come. We've already seen an uptick with promoters wanting to come and see the new BMO.
City officials hope these upgrades at the BMO will help activate all of downtown Rockford. New boat docks are now available in downtown Rockford. The Davis Park dock officially opened today. There's enough room for between 4 and 6 boats. Rebuild Illinois funds paid for it. It's part of the nearly $4 million Davis Park redevelopment project. There have also been another $250,000 from state funds secured to build a multi-purpose path through Davis Park. Those who helped build the docks say this is a very exciting addition to Rockford.
It's all about attitude, and it's all about people working together. That's the biggest thing. The community's got to come together, work together, and we've seen the groundwork of that with the addition of the piers. So again, we're moving onward and upward. This is a good time to be in Rockford.
The city has future plans. The White House is taking a victory lap after yet another robust jobs report. Our DC's Raquel Martin has more.
The U.S. added another 339,000 jobs to the economy in May, defying expectations.
Folks have been underestimating the amount of job gains we've gotten for something like 10 months in a row at this point. We're in the middle of a really great economic recovery.
White House economist Bharat Ramamurthy says the American people should be confident about the economy's direction.
There's lots of jobs. Jobs are becoming better paying, and that for 10 or 11 straight months now, inflation is moving downwards.
But outside economists like Ethan Harris with Bank of America warn the winning streak won't last.
The labor market is still overheating.
He says robust job gains only adds pressure on the Federal Reserve to keep raising interest rates, something that could force American families and businesses to cut back.
I'd be surprised if there aren't more layoffs.
And trigger a mild recession.
People need to be aware that it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride in the next year for the economy.
To avoid that, the Federal Reserve is expected to pause interest rate hikes when it meets in 2 weeks after raising them for 10 straight months.
Do you think this changes things given how many jobs have been added?
I think it's a very close call. Even if they don't hike in June, they'll hike at their next meeting in July.
The White House does not think a recession is on the horizon.
Really nothing in the data that we keep getting that would suggest that.
And they believe inflation will continue to come down. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Well, we had another hot sunny day here in the state line. When we come back, Jordan shows us what we can expect for the weekend. He's coming up next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
It was another hot day across the state line. Temperatures made their way into the upper 80s and low 90s across the board. Even though we still have a little bit of this cooler, drier air that we would typically see, at least cooler and drier, from the east, temperatures made their way well up above where we should be for this time of year. Temperatures at the moment are still pretty warm across the area. 90 degrees right now in Rockford, 88 in Rochelle, 90 in DeKalb, 91 in Janesville. A little bit cooler off to the west, however, with temperatures that have dropped back just a little bit as we've seen some of this rain that's been working its way through the area. Across the area, we are seeing some of that rain, including out in Freeport. Our SkyTrack camera overlooking the Freeport Park Hills Golf Course is brought to us by Rockford Career College. We did see some rain that had been working its way through earlier this evening, but now things looking at least a little bit on the drier side at the moment. We did see some of those very scattered rain showers that had been working their way through the area, drifting slowly further off to the north and the northwest. Right now, we are still seeing a couple of bolts of lightning with some of those storms, but the rain is starting to cool those updrafts off, and that's going to cut off those storms from any energy that they have, dropping those and quickly diminishing those showers and storms once the sun sets here this evening. Temperatures falling back down into the 60s once things clear out. The low 60s is where we end up for that overnight low, down to 61. Another very warm day in store for us tomorrow as temperatures get back into the low 90s. 92 degrees for that afternoon high. We get a little bit of additional sunshine for the afternoon compared to where we were today because we're going to be seeing a little bit less on the humidity scale. That will also lead to less showers and storms compared to what we had today and even yesterday. We go right to Futurecast, and this is what we're going to be kind of looking at as we get into the rest of the day tomorrow. Clear skies dropping our temperatures down into the 60s overnight tonight. Another warm day with temperatures in the 90s tomorrow, but a few of those very spotty showers and maybe a few storms could be developing, slightly less so in coverage than what we had today. We do get a little bit more of those clear skies once again, but maybe a spotty shower once we get into tomorrow night. Then as we get into Monday, we do have our next chance for some rain with a backdoor cold front that's going to come in. Not only will that bring us our chance for rain, but also drops our temperatures down from 86 for the high on Monday down to 80 on Tuesday after a few more days in the upper 80s and low 90s. Normally for this time of year, we should be a lot closer to the upper 70s, and that's actually where we're going to be sitting as we get toward the end of next week. However, our rain chances look few and far between, similar to what we've been seeing now for a couple of weeks. In the month of May, we only had 2 inches of rain at the Rockford Airport. That's our driest May since 2012. Only 18% of Mays on record have right around 2 inches of rain or less. The last time that we had any rain that was more than 1/10 of an inch, well, it was May 19th. So it's been a little bit of a time since we have seen some significant or at least a good soaking rain. And that has allowed for this expansion of drought conditions really across the area. Now we have seen some of that moderate drought try to sneak its way into some of our very far southeastern portions of our viewing area with the abnormally dry conditions in yellow that have spread nearly across the entire state line. Central Illinois having it a little bit worse, where they have seen a widespread area of moderate drought conditions that have been expanding over there. The drier conditions kind of set to stick with us as we get into the weekend and going into next week as well. Another hot day with temperatures in the 90s tomorrow, but we are getting still into the upper 80s once we get into the rest of the weekend. A next chance for rain comes on Monday with that backdoor cold front, and then slightly cooler as we trend into the end of next week.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Reagan is in next with sports. The Bears have hit a snag in their potential move to the suburbs. Arlington Heights is no sure thing.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
Breaking news coming in from Chicago today as team officials met with the mayor of Naperville this morning. The Bears' search for a new stadium is expanding beyond Arlington Heights after tax issues came into play. They issued a statement saying, quote, Arlington Heights is no longer our singular focus. Demolition has begun on the site of the old Arlington racetrack, a site the Bears now own. However, plans to build an enclosed stadium and entertainment and residential development hit a snag, so the search continues. The Bears continue with OTAs today, and they got some good news. Cornerback Jalen Johnson says he will return to Hallis Hall for the final week of voluntary workouts. He told ESPN Radio that he missed the first 2 weeks to spend time in California with his daughter. Most thought his absence was contract related, but he dismissed those questions. Mandatory minicamp starts the 13th. The Denver Nuggets were facing some questions going into the NBA Finals, and their answers came in dominant fashion last night. Are they just that good? Well, yeah, they are, and they can handle the big stage. The top seed easily swatted away the Miami Heat to take Game 1. After clinching the first NBA Finals berth in franchise history, the Nuggets showed no signs of concern last night. Two-time MVP Nikola Jokic was the one in control. He tallied his 9th triple-double. 4 of the 5 Denver starters finished with double digits in points. The Heat did cut the deficit to 10 in the fourth, but their comeback bid fell short. Miami's cold shooting will hopefully improve come Sunday, but this win was the first punch for Denver that they knew they had to take.
You don't know who's going to attack and how to defend, when everybody's moving, everybody's doing something. So I think it's a really nice brand of basketball that we have and everybody buying.
Game 2 is Sunday night in Denver. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and you can watch right here on Channel 17. The Cubs and White Sox are back on the diamond after a day off. The Sox host the Tigers for a 3-game set, the first of which starts at 7:10 tonight. The Cubs are on the West Coast to start a long road stretch with the Padres. That one is at 8:40. Now, in some local baseball tonight, the Sky Carp have a doubleheader with the Great Lakes Loons after yesterday's game was postponed. They are looking to jump back into the win column, and the same goes for the Rivets as they host the Battle Jacks tonight, trying to improve that 1-3 start to the season. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
First one, interactive radar from Rockford Auto Glass and More, showing a few of those spottier showers that we've been dealing with for the last few hours, mainly to the west of Interstate 39. Those showers and storms will fizzle as the sun sets this evening. They will lose the energy that they have. And then we get clear skies, and those temperatures will fall back into the low 60s overnight tonight, back into the 90s for the day tomorrow. Still a very hot afternoon, a little bit cooler for the back half of the weekend. Another chance for rain Monday, and much cooler toward the end of next week.
All right, thanks, Jordan, and thanks so much for joining us. Have a good evening.